Hi, my name's Todd, and this is my dooryard. Okay, so I believe that this mess is all dry. Down here too. Yep, all dry. Okay, so I believe I have front brake solved. But I seem to still be losing fluid out the back. So let's get old Hank up in the air again, and then we will see if we can figure out where that brake fluid's going out the back. Okay, we got Frank's nose up in the air, up on them ramps, and I failed to mention that it is currently 77 degrees foolish. That's like 23, 24 degrees in the rest of the civilized world. And we're on our way to the mid-80s today. That's foolish, of course. But yeah, the humidity is supposed to be dropping throughout the day. And after I got the front brakes all sealed up, I took it for a spin up to the top of the hill and back, and that seems to be functioning correctly. And I am really hoping that that leak is not this proportioning valve down in here. That is just a miserable, miserable bastard to get to. That oil leak on that valve cover is still not even beginning to woe up. It's just purging oil out of there. I think I'm kind of at new valve covers. I've been looking, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I can get a set of real close to these for, you know, 130, 150 bucks ish on eBay. I can get a new set of chromed ones from CJ's Pony Cars that are chromed, and they're rounded from here back and say powered by Ford on them, but they're chrome. And they're like, they're 100-ish bucks. I'm considering them, but they have a different thing here. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Right now, we're going to try and figure out where that other brake line issue is. So last night after dark, I went out into the yard, tried the lights on Hank. And look at that, the dash lights all work. That's kind of cool. Provide power to the system, and we've got no directionals for some reason. None whatsoever. Well, that's kind of disappointing. You make sure we're on power. Yeah, well, we're just off of the start thing. Yep, no directionals. We feel the dimmer switch. There it is. Hey, we got a dimmer high beam light on the dash. Let's go out and check everything out here. We got, yeah, 2 headlights there, 2 headlights there. No running lamps. That's disappointing. And out back, we got tail lights, and we got tail lights, although it looks like one of them's brighter than the other. I'm not exactly sure what's up with that. We still got quite a bit of work to do there, I guess. So we'll get to it when we get to it. Right now we need to worry about what's going on with the rear brakes. So I guess, oh my god, that That interior is so beautiful. The lighting is magnificent in here, isn't it? Let's high beams off, power off. And we'll try it again. It didn't fix itself, damn it. And turn them off and call it a night. Well, that looks a little damp up there, doesn't it? But that might just be the maybe that bleeder's still a little loose. We'll give that a go. If it was the wheel cylinder, I'd be damp right there, and I'm not. Let's go look at the other side. Well, that bleeder looks a little damp too. Huh. And I got nothing on the bottom of the drum. Will this drum come off? That drum's pretty solid on there. What do you think we ought to do? Should we just try and tighten those bleeders up a little bit? I think that's what we'll try. See if maybe that gives us any... Yeah. Okay. So this drum doesn't act like it was tightening up. I got, you know, a 1/16 of a turn out of both of them. I'm scared about twisting them off. I don't want to do that, but I mean, everything appears correct. That other drum is snug. This one is not. I don't know. Maybe I'll get my spoon, take this rubber block out, and try tightening this shoe just a little bit more. And I'm going to top the reservoir up, and we're going to let it sit for another little while. What's this, do you suppose, right here? What's going on here with that? Anybody know? What's this little tab of steel here? Any guesses? Doesn't seem to be. I don't see anywhere obvious that it should be. Everything else appears functional though. Yeah, I'm going to put this drum back on, and we're going to tighten this shoe up just a little bit more. And maybe we'll back that other one off. We'll take the other side off and give it a quick look at, see if there's anything obvious. But I think we're going to hope that tightening that bleeder screw just a little bit more. I mean, it's a little bit tighter than it's kind of scary to me. I don't want to twist them off. We're going to fill the reservoir back up, and I got to keep it up in the air because from here, I believe it is going to be, let's take the interior out. Okay, I want you guys to see the reservoir levels. So what is that? 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, and we'll come back to this in a day or so. And get your finger out of the way of the camera, Todd. Or the lens, anyway. There we go. There we go. And we'll come back to that in a while, and hopefully that reservoir stays topped up. Yeah, so I guess we're back at let's finish gutting the interior. And once we do all that, I'm thinking, well, the carpets are trash. But I need to get that center console out. Once I get this kick panel out down here, that's apparently where the flasher fuse is, I can track down why my directional's not working. And the big thing with getting the interior out, well, one is chasing down the all the vacuum leaks that are going to be in, but we got to figure out what's going on here and why somebody would completely bondo over this post and it's loose. We got to figure out what's going on in here before we go too much further. So, without any further ado, I think everything that we're keeping in the interior, I got to get all these interior panels off and get it stripped back to the bottom of the dash here. Everything out. Everybody out of the pool. And what do you think? Should I put this side panel and all that back together first so I'm sure I know where everything's going? Yeah, that seems like it would be smart. I got to get this interior panel off because this handle's, oh, not that handle, this handle's no longer attached to this. There's nothing here. I got to figure out what's going on there so we can get that fixed. This panel appears that it might be a bit of a headache to get, well, screws. Looks like we're not, this panel's been off before because we're not in that track anymore. That's a little funny. All right. Let's make some of this shit happen. Okay, I took the other side off. I didn't see anything obvious. I don't know. I guess I'm going to put the rear wheels back on it so, God forbid the worst happens, it doesn't go all the way to the ground. Just injure me, not kill me. Yeah, let's make that happen. Alright. At least these should be relatively easy coming off. Except that's backwards. Let's try that. Yeah. That's kind of looking like we want it. Whatever. If it works out for filming, then it works out. If not, we'll burn that bridge after we cross it. Let's try this so we ain't ripping our knuckles open on that undercoating. Seems like it would be a good idea, huh? I should probably start right out with getting a bucket to put all this freaking hardware in. But we didn't do that yet. I'm going to need a screwdriver. Yeah. I'm going to make another one of these studs to hold down this seat. If I had half a brain, I would have done this with a ratchet and a socket, but you know, me and smart don't necessarily go together. Whatever. It's fine. It's coming off. It ain't like I'm doing this to make money. Come off there. There we go. there's all that. Let's get that seat out of there and moved into the house, and we'll take the other side off. Okay, front seats are out, as you can see. Let's clean up some of this mess that's in here. Huh. Ain't that something? Whatever. Hindsight's 20/20. Alright, where do you suppose we ought to start with this miserable yada yada? I'm kind of halfway thinking I'm going to start right on this side and work right across. And we'll see where that gets us. I guess I probably ought to start either with the sill plate, which is pretty badly eroded, or this seat belt mount. Either way, I got an idea. It ain't going to be fun. Actually, let's pick up all these loose trim screws. And small trim pieces. We'll put them right there. This is all trash, so let's go in that direction. That can go right back there. This goes up there and slides in, covers that. This panel covers over here, and this piece of trim goes as such. Okay, so these can all go into the trunk. Okay, what do you think the odds are that we get this there's one screw come loose with not too much effort, or at least started out. Oh my God, it's long-winded as all get out. All right, there's one. Hey, this is the one that I thought was going to be almost impossible. It's coming right up. That's a good sign. These seat belt bolts are the ones that I am really concerned with. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to have to take this out because the carpet doesn't go under it. Just going to take that trim piece off it. I'm concerned about what the floors might look like once we get this carpet up. Huh. Okay, that one's going to take a little bit of vice grip action. 5 out of 6 ain't bad, right? Let's try this again. Let's go get some pliers and maybe we can grip on the head of that a little bit. Alright, so we got 3 options. We got, please come out, I told you I want you to come out, and god damn it, you're coming out whether you like it or not. So, oh yeah, please come out, it's gonna work for us. Maybe. No, not if you grip on the shaft. Oh yeah. It's just gonna be long and unpleasant. I suppose the really, I said you're coming loose, would be to drill the head off. Oh, not that one. All right. I said you're coming loose. Alright, any of you guys know where I can get another one of these kind of screws with a head that's not all shrouded up? I'd be interested to know. There we go. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Alright, those seatbelt bolts. What do you suppose the size is? 3/4? No, bigger than 3/4. 7/8? Sure enough. Alright, I am still also looking for seat belts for this rig. If any of you guys got any good ideas, put you on let go. There's not a lot to hold on to there. Holy shit, is that actually coming loose? Oh my god. I'm stunned. Okay. This is awesome. Ain't liking it, but it's taking it. Wow. Look at that. I did not expect that to come off with so little fight. Okay. All right. So there's that. Awesome. All right. So how do we get this unplugged here? Well, there's a broken wire. There doesn't seem to be a plug here anywhere. No, there does not. Okay. So we got to fix that. Let's see if the other side will be as cooperative. I believe we have a winner. hopefully there ain't a nut underneath there and I have to be on both sides at the same time, because that would be tragic. All right. Wow. I'm stunned. So there's the seat belts out. And really all I need is this component. The webbing is, well, it'd probably be a wise choice to swap out the webbing. But I would, you know what? I might try taking this pat and cleaning it up, because it's still functional. If I can make this work, I will. Alright, let me get a Sharpie to write on the back of all these components as they come off, so that they go back in the right spot. Wouldn't that make sense? Yeah. Alright, let's start with this piece here, and hopefully I'll be able to remember my shorthand, because we're going to put DS, not for a Citron, but for driver's side. Cent for center console. Forward. And then an arrow pointing forward, so we know which way it goes. Just like that. Driver's side, center console, forward, that way. And this component, it's going to be really hard to see the black Sharpie on this black paint, but I bet you it'll work. Driver's side, center console, forward with an arrow pointing. That should be pretty self-explanatory. All this will get cleaned up before it goes back in. A lot of dust collected on that. Let's see, driver's side, under, dash, and an arrow pointing forward. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can't get this little piece of center trim off here. Clunk. Ah, there's only 3 screws in this whole thing. Awesome. And one of them's apparently not holding anything. Yep. One of them went nowhere. Nowheres. Okay. Dump all the crap. Oh man, this thing is so full of dirt. Everything get cleaned afterwards. Driver's side. Cent. Rear. With an arrow pointing forward. Okay, it does look like I'm going to have to take this plastic piece off. Carpet does go up underneath that. Maybe I can peel it out from under it. Looks like that's what was done before. It just got stuffed up in there. Oh, There's a big washer that goes on that side. Yeah. And somebody glued the fucking carpet in. Good grief. It's okay. Oh, this ain't good. It's all sticky. Oh, here's a mystery screw that come out from under the carpet. Oh, there appears to be a screw holding the carpet down back here. Okay. What do you think? Should I get this panel off first? It can't hurt. I need to get in here and lubricate all these mechanisms to run this window anyway. So, and I got to get this piece out in order to get the carpet out from under it. Up here. Wow, long-winded bastard. Does this go all the way through the outside of the car or what? Mother of pearl. Okay. All right. Where'd that marker go? Hiding. Alright, this is going to be, hit your head, Todd. Driver's side. Rear seat area. Top trim. With an arrow pointing forward. Alright, this appears to only have one screw in it. That doesn't seem like well, I guess everything else holds it on, right? Is this all one piece? Yeah, it is. Okay. So, we got to get this crank handle off. Anybody got any good ideas on that? Which style are these? Let's get that washer on the other side of the screwdriver. Oh, they're a small Allen key. Right here. Let's see if we can't get that loose. Alright, what do we guess? In 7/30 seconds? Nope, just a whisker smaller. 7/64. I'm guessing now 3/30 seconds. Yep, that feels like positive engagement. Let's make sure we get the tool fully into the, there, hey, look at that. Turned without any effort. We're going to want to keep using this though until we get it further out. Not much throw, but it'll work. How far out do you think I've got to back this? All the way? I bet you it's just like a little lock thing that goes in there. I bet you another 5-6 turns and we're going to pop that right off there. Okay, maybe more. Okay, maybe we could take it right out. Come on, you. Holy shit. What is it? Yes, that set screw obviously needed to be that long. Okay. Why doesn't it want to come off there? You guys get any idea? Oh, there we go. Just need a little coercion. Okay. So now that panel should come right out. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. It seems to be trapped under this piece of trim, which is trapped under this piece of trim, which is on top. I really don't want to take that off, but maybe that's where we're going. Oh, no, there we go. We just slide it forward and she comes right out. Okay. I don't think we're going to need to mark that. That should be very self-explanatory. Dusty, dirty in there, though. Oh, there's another screw right there. Rip it past it and take that screw out afterwards, like right now. Let's get our tools back here, away from where we're working. Oh, no, don't rip the cardboard, Todd. Don't lose this little last Allen wrench. You're going to need it in a whole shitload more places. Oh. Oh, she's pretty moist under here. All right, driver's side carpet out. Oh, this floorboard's looking pretty sketch. This mat, that's definitely gonna go. Well, there's the plug for that. Bring you guys over here, you can take a look. Alright. So that ain't good. That ain't good. That ain't good. That's all wobbly loose. Let's get the vacuum out here and clean that out. Let's get this piece of cardboard up, see how bad that continues back. Because we're going to have to cut that out and replace it. That is a whole bunch of not what I wanted, but here we are. Okay. So, I guess we're going to find out together, huh? Oh. Well, this is like, I believe this to be a original sound deadening stuck down here. I don't want to fuck this stuff up. Let me go get a putty knife kind of scraper to help pop this stuff loose. We'll see what we actually get. This thing, I'm not sure exactly. I found the plug, but there's a clamp on it right here. I don't want to give that up. We'll just lay you out here for now. There's that broken wire. That shouldn't be too tough to solder back. I don't know where the fuck it goes. Oh, right there. That shouldn't be too easy to correct. But it'll happen anyway. Alright, let me go get a putty knife and we'll vacuum this in and see how bad this is. Which apparently is not too far from the reality of it, I guess. I'm not sure what this is held down with, but it's like just the right amount of mastic that I can get it away. Except there's a stray goober of it right here. Okay. I think we just got this corner here, which is kind of tough to get to because it's on a curve. Alright, what's it gonna be? Not too ugly. Not as bad as I was fearing. So that all looks pretty solid. We ain't gonna fuck with any of that. What do we got here? A mystery flat washer that was stuck in the stick down goo. If this is original Ford, there's a piece of the headliner. Huh. Regardless, we're going to leave that alone. We're going to vacuum this side out. Alright, let's take an actual jaundiced eye look at this. What the hell is going on there? Alright. This looks like it started, but it's not that bad yet. This panel, however. The front edge of this, I think I can save this seam. We're going to have to peel back more of this soundproof and get this cardboard panel up out of here. Probably this one too. To figure out how far up this goes. That is somewhat concerning. But we'll figure it out. we'll get all this peeled out of here and see what we actually got to do to make it work. That peeled off there pretty nice. We'll probably stick that right back on. That one, however, I don't think this one's going to come out quite as graceful. Oh, it's got extra, like a thermal padding kind of stuff going on here. We'll try and save as much of that as we can. It's, yeah. Let me take the putty knife for that, try and clean that off there without fucking it up. And, yeah. That's really something there. It's got a cover in it that goes to nothing, just a through hole with a cover. Fording plug, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it should be a fording plug. Anyways, let me get this cleaned off there and we'll take a look again. Okay, there's the preliminary cleanup. Let's take a look at it and see what we think. I mean, there's a panel up here that's somewhat questionable, but it goes through the curve and turns into the footwell of the firewall. So I'd like to open this flange up. I don't know what the hell's going on here with this, but this is obviously going to need to be redone, rebuilt. Got to figure out how the fuck this comes off there, and that ain't looking promising to come back. Any kind of we'll figure it out though. But see, that's just supposed to ride on that lever. Doesn't have very much throttle throw, does it? Seems like it should have more. But I think, well, I got to get more of this off. And we're going to have to take this off here, whatever this is. It goes up there. It feels like, oh yeah, look at that. That'll just pop right out. Okay, that helps a lot. Thank you for just popping out, panel. Up here. Up here. I mean, this, I'm not sure how big a piece of steel this actually is. How far up do we want to go? This isn't rust. This is that shit glued onto it. No shortage of use of seam sealer in this buggy. It is freaking every and big amounts of seam sealer. They wasted no money. No cent was spared on the amount of seam sealer that was used. Not sure how that mounts under there. It is just one piece of steel, and on the underside here I got fuel line and brake line and all that shit. It seems like it should just be tabbed, because this is the rocker box. This is the frame. So, oh, yep. Okay, so we got a three-way seam right here. Got this panel, and this panel all come together here. So that might be a little tricky to get apart. I bet you we can do it though. And then hopefully we're gonna cut up this seam to about there. and go right across and take this seam apart, and then we'll figure out how it's attached to the box. Get that one on the underside of this broke free too. Get that all cleaned up. Well, obviously we ain't doing that today. That's going to take a little bit of prep work, but it looks like I can do just this panel. I'm more worried about what's under here. Well, I guess let's clean up the mess we made on this side and start on the other. Because, yeah, what tales will that footwell tell? Okay, let's see what little slice of hell this side brings us, huh? Yeah. Let's start right out with putting our tools in reach. That might be helpful. This one, my 3 coercers, and that, and maybe that, and definitely that. I think that patch of roof liner was intentional, because this appears to be a patch of the vinyl top. We'll make sure those go back under there. Yeah, let's start right out with trying to get this. Holy shit! That's a mismatched piece of hardware. But, okay. Look at that thing. Damn it. The screws on this side seem to be quite a bit less beat up. Yep. Used no extra amount of screw anywhere. No extra amount of fastener. Everything's got to be long-winded. And of course, Ford probably had some reason for it, I'm sure. I do not understand why all the fasteners have to be so long now. Oh, that one's holding nothing. Maybe that's why. This is a short fastener. Maybe that's why it's got no short fasteners in it. Yeah, that one's barely holding anything too. Okay, so this side's probably all blown out, huh? But this piece, this is aluminum. Because, you know, God forbid. Think this side be as easy as the other. Let's make sure we're still, yep, we're still on let go. Hey, I'm stunned at how easy these seatbelt bolts are coming out. There we go. And that big ass washer. And there's no electrical connection on this side. Hey. There we go. All right. And you know what? I bet you I can make this one work too. It just needs a little cleanup. Yep. I gotta figure out how to take these things apart, clean them up. Alrighty then. This interior panel, yeah? So I didn't get a good shot of this before. Let's try this here. Alright. You guys should be able to see this window crank. And right in here is a little set screw. That, as I recall from the other side, was 3/32. Come out of there. There we go. Alright. And we're going up on this side. Can we fit? Oh yeah. Alright, there's good positive engagement. Harder to get the wrench in and out of the hole than it is to turn the screw. Maybe this side I'll get more. Come on. Wow. That is a tight fit. Ball end on it. Oh yeah. And for some reason it doesn't want to come out past that. And give her a little outward pressure while we wiggle it some. There we go. Okay. Okay, for future reference, that is as far as it's got to come out. And there's not even a, it's just clamping right onto the teeth, so nothing special there. Okay. Let's get this bottom screw out. It's still, there we go. Alright. Oh, completely forgot the screws in the bright work. All right. Yeah. Look at the size of the panel here. I mean, yeah, that's all stainless. It's a piece of stainless that big. Yeah. Whew. You'd be lucky if you had enough to get 2 screws in it when you're, you know, it'd be this big on a modern car. If they replicated this, they sure as hell wouldn't use stainless. Now, would they? Let's see if we can't get that panel popped off there. Well, hopefully this will be, you figured out how to do it once. You probably ought to be able to do it a second time quicker. Okay. Everything's, that was stuck under there a little bit. Seemed to me like it just like unhooked. Oh. And slid forward. There we go. Hey, look at that. That's pretty good. Those should be self-explanatory as to well, that's a little concerning, isn't it? It's been moist there all the way up here, which means moisture coming in this back corner here. This feels damp. Well, it feels like it was damp a long time ago. Well, there's the window mechanism. We can lubricate that up a little bit, get that, make sure that's working good before it goes back on. And everything needs to get put back here so we can take this center trim off. Okay, here's the passenger side carpet out. I'm concerned by this. Yeah, she got wet there. And what do we got here? Just a flake of paint. Okay. And in here we got another piece of the headliner. And these two of these. This one appears to be in better condition than the driver's side. We'll peel it back to the same amount. And we'll take a look at it. See if we can't. Hopefully we don't have to do anything on this side. Maybe just a quick clean up and a squirt of paint and call it good. But my hopes aren't high. Okay, let's see if we can't get this front panel lifted out of here without damaging it too horrifically. It's definitely been wet before. Kind of crumbly. Oh. Yeah. But that is a good top piece to be saving. We're going to have to make copies of that, figure out how to come up with some kind of replacement product that'll behave in a similar way as what this was. Because I guarantee the Flora soundproofing, extra sound deadening, is probably not available anymore. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, she's fading quick. All right, that's about as best I can do to save that. Now it's that like glued on felt back tar paper. That one come off nice. Can't get this one. Peel up. Pretty good gobber of goo right there. Let go of me. There we go. I'm sure this is a significant amount of both sound and heat insulation. Wow. Let's try this one instead. Huh. That one's stuck down real good. There we go. Once you get them started. Okay. That come out pretty good. Good enough to go right back in. And once again, that forward panel, it ain't looking too good, is it? Alright, that piece come out real nice. Leave them right in there. I gotta get this one out. It doesn't seem to wanna. And again with the seam sealer. Oh my God, the seam sealer. Alright. Let's get that panel off. Because you know we're going to heat that up. That come out alright. Yep, looks like it's going to be both sides, don't it? I don't see any holes in that one, but I don't see it. Oh, I do see a hole in that one right there. See light coming through. And that's just, yeah. But, I forgot to feel if there's a seam on it. Can't even tell. That might go, that might be this whole panel. Hey, there's another star washer, lonesome, under the carpet. Okay, so I guess I'm going to clean that side up, clean up all my trash, put all my shit away, and think about how much steel I'm going to need, how closely I feel like replicating this shit, and the plug. There's a couple of tools I'm going to need that I don't have. Yep, we're going to clean this up and pick up and try and make a plan. All right, I'd like to thank you guys for stopping by to visit for a bit. Watch this level of, how much can this fool beat his head against a wall? That, hey, that needs to go get put away. Finding them floorboards in such poor state is, I guess, expected, but, you know, I was hoping. It is a little bit more than I wanted, but here we are. That's what we got to do in order to get it going, so that's gonna have to be next. And that can morph right into figuring out what that nightmare is in that passenger side B post is. I believe I have my brake solved. We'll see if that lasts. But right now, I'm saying brakes solved. I'm looking forward to taking those seat belts apart. See if I can't clean them up. I bet you I can come close to matching the color on the driver's side. If not, it'll be close enough. Yeah, but unless those FOMOCO seat belts have a expiratory date upon them, they're going right back in after I clean up and rebuild. Because really, all I got to do is clean up that iron bar that's inside there that the webbing loops around and acts as the friction grip for when you adjust the belt. We'll see how lucky I am getting them apart without destroying them. You never know. They might be a serviceable pad if you try hard enough. Yeah. Please like, subscribe, click the little bell icon so you get notified of new videos as they come out. I'm sure that there will be many more shorts to come before I get another one out on this. I get some pretty serious tool hunting to do. I'm going to need an angle grinder and a whole bunch of cut-off wheels and a welder and a bunch of steel and yeah. I can put my head around exactly what I'm going to need in order to do this job so that I can figure out how much I'm going to borrow, how much I'm going to buy, how far behind that sets the project, but yeah, we'll screw with them seatbelts next, probably, while we're doing some off-camera thinking about it. All right, thank you. Catch you next time. This has been Empty Pockets Production.